Good morning. What am I listening to? Mm. Hello, good morning. I'm getting ready right now. Um, good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me and also see me. We're going to go ahead and go live. Where's that coming from? I'm hearing two voices. I said that I am going to get this together. Okay, I'm doing a mic check. So if you can hear me, please speak up now. Now, I can see comments here. Okay, I can hear. Welcome, TikTok. I can hear you. Thank you very much. I'm waiting for, let me see, YouTube to tell me the same thing. I'm so new to this. I'm not new to TikTok. I'm new to streaming from um, StreamYard to YouTube, but it says I'm live. So I'm going to go ahead and go with it. Good morning, everyone. My name is Joan Swanson, and I am a veterans realtor. I've been a veterans realtor for the past 26 consecutive years. And no. I've been a realtor for 26 consecutive years. And I have been a veterans realtor for the past 22 consecutive years. I am with Real Realty right here out of the Chicagoland area. And my LLC, my training company and my publishing company is Vet Mentors LLC. So I do training, um, workshops, ooh, mentoring, um, consulting, and I do a lot. And everything is by appointment. So please, want to meet with me, I will send you that appropriate link. This morning, I just want to thank God you all are here. Thank God we woke up this morning. Matter of fact, it's fine. Thank you so much. I mean, that we woke up this morning and we are here to celebrate another day and hopefully learn to house these homeless veterans or at least help them get the needed resources that they need in order to have a more stable life. And the glare from your glasses are always messing with me. So this is the book we are studying from. This is one of my first publications. Actually, this is my oh, I'm going to say first. This is my third publication right here. This is third edition Veterans Buying Real Estate Guide for Today's Market, and all of my publications are on Amazon under my name, Yvette Jones Swanson or Vet Mentors. Vet Mentors? I don't know, but just look under my name, Yvette Jones Swanson. You'll see me on the back and on the front. Okay. So I've got like, I don't even know. I said three the other day. I'm an international writer as well. I've got some books over there in Africa. I don't know. It's just a lot. But go and see what you need and get what you need. For the this week, we are going through the collaborative housing solutions for homeless veterans. Now, I've been housing homeless veterans for 22 consecutive years. And believe me, all that I know is not in this little book. even though this book has over 100 so odd pages, everything is not in this book. Let me show you, um, Finding Home is the next publication that we'll be going over. Finding Home helps veterans, it helps family members. I mean, it does all I'm not gonna say it does almost the same as collaborative housing solutions because they both have their differences in what they do. So this book, we'll get into it when we get into it. So just grab it for next session. But it's very helpful in helping you all help homeless veterans find their resources anywhere in the nation. I'm also a realtor's instructor. Oh my God. I've been a real estate instructor since, I don't even know. It's been some 2014, I wanna say, or I don't know. But this is the, realtor's blueprint, the veteran's path to home, navigating the journey from homelessness to home ownership. This, class is approved by the IDFPR, that's the Illinois Department Federal Professional Regulation. And when I teach this class, it can be uh, a CE class for realtors as long as your board hires me to teach the class. Okay. The next book is Veteran Care Entrepreneurship Guide. Everybody keeps saying, Yvette, 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 I want to do veterans housing, veterans housing. What? That's not saying nothing to me. There's so many different ways of housing veterans, so many, multitude of ways. And in order for you to know what type of veterans housing you do, you have to learn. And that's why I'm here every week teaching you about this homeless veteran community. So this book here, Veteran Care Entrepreneurship, this is if you want to do more like a home care for veterans in a separate home that you have to staff people to be there. You can be there, but you have to go according to that contract that you're signing with the federal government, with the state, or with the city, or with the county, whoever's going to be sending you veteran clients, because that's how you're going to get paid. In order for you to learn how to do a licensed veteran care home, get the book. One thing I don't do on the lives is just teach you over and over. I don't read to you. You have to read. People say the education is in reading. People don't read and they don't know. So yeah, you want to hire me to consult you, you can, but I'm not going to read the book to you. Somebody said that to me one day. I got you. No, you got a book. Read the book. And so when you meet with me, we can have intelligent conversations. I'm a woman of a lot of words, but a lot of uh self what word am I looking for? Not a lot of words when it comes to people not wanting to learn. And then this book here, this book is specifically for Chicago veterans. This is Comprehensive Guide to Federal, State, and Local Support. And because this book is so valuable to Chicago, I help Chicago veterans find benefits here locally, which they did not even know. Thank you for those hearts on TikTok. They didn't even know there were benefits around for that. For instance, I'm helping a veteran who I housed this last year, 2024. He lost his CDL job, okay, and he could no longer afford to pay the half of the bills that he and his girlfriend were sharing the house in. So he he's a man, and he didn't wanna contact me right away to say, "Yvette, I need help." I'm like, "Got you." As soon as I found out that he needed help, I went right to work, and guess what? I found even more resources here in Chicago. That's how powerful our benefits are as veterans. We have benefits from the federal government. Mhm. We have benefits from our local state government. This book is for Illinois. We have other localized books. I just pulled out 3. We have a book here, Illinois Entrepreneurship Programs and Procurement. Remember that put it? Veteran care home entrepreneurship. Well, they're talking about veterans being entrepreneurs in Illinois. And guess what? You can be a veteran entrepreneur in any state. You want to be a veteran entrepreneur and you want to run a veteran home care as an entrepreneur, then get the book because you're going to have to learn. You know what you want to do, taking care of veterans, driving them around, having fun, taking them to their appointments. You do whatever, but how are you going to get paid? That's the secret sauce that I'm here to talk to everybody about. I do see questions over here. How can landlords be encouraged to accept veterans with voucher stigma? We are the biggest misconceptions. What are the biggest misconceptions landlords have about veteran tenants? Okay, I can answer those real quick. How can landlords be encouraged to accept the veterans voucher stigma? Learn. If you are presenting a homeless veteran for housing to a landlord, get the book, read the book. Really, that's what I just said. No, I'm not gonna read the book to you. We will go through the book, but yeah, you have to read the book to really understand. This is a new education, and it's nothing that's gonna happen overnight or answering one quick question because it's not a one quick answer. That's why I put information in. Thank you so much, Amy. Gerard here on YouTube asked, "What are the biggest misconceptions landlords have about veteran tenants?" Oh, yeah. You want to get into that? The biggest misconception is is landlords thinking that veterans have severe issues that they're going to come in and sabotage the housing. Mhm. Because when people think of the word homeless, there's a negative connotation just by saying that word, and now you're gonna attach it to a veteran who already everybody knows about PTSD. Now you got a homeless veteran with PTSD. You don't know what conditions this veteran is carrying with him or her to your place. So now that's another stigma. They don't come in and mess it up, and things happen with regular units. So you take your pick. You want guaranteed funds with assistance from case managers, social workers, human care professionals, and take a veteran with a voucher. How can smaller nonprofits collaborate effectively in these housing efforts? Learn. And that's gonna be the word for today. 2 words, read and learn. Read and learn. There's no one quick answer to these questions, especially not that one, work effectively. How can smaller nonprofits get the books, read the books, and then hire me to come and teach your community? I'm curious, how do you navigate fair housing laws and complexity? I'm not answering that right here. Todd, how do you navigate fair housing laws and complex cases? Get a lawyer. Get a lawyer. Read before you start this business. Read before you house a homeless veteran. Do your homework first. I'm in a 6-week cohort with the federal government with the ISDA boot for woman-owned small businesses like myself. I'm certified by the SBA and verified by the VA, and I've been doing this for 22 years. Read and learn. That's read and learn. Those are the key words for today. So when you're asking me, how can you do this? Get a book, read the book, and learn. So let me introduce myself because some of you are new to me and some of you are new to my channel. and to the education. Let me see. I guess I'm going to read right from the book about the author. All right, this is my book that I'm teaching from today. This is Collaborative Housing Solutions for Homeless Veterans. Thank you for sharing the light on this critical issue. My pleasure. Thank you for being here today. What tools can help veterans strengthen rental applications with poor credit in the book? About the author, about me. What's this 4 pages about the author? I'm not going to read all 4 pages about me. It's 22 years. Okay, so I'm just going to get down to okay. I am a certified woman-owned small business, woman business enterprise (WBE). These are my certifications that I have to teach this kind of information to you. Service disabled owned small business. That Mentors is also certified as a minority-owned business enterprise, woman-owned business enterprise, veteran-owned small business, veteran, let me see, veteran business enterprise, veteran enterprise owned by persons with disability, Chicago, SBA verified and SBA certified and VA verified. It's all in the book. And let's just go ahead and read about this guide and how it can help you in your veterans housing business. Amazing session, so informative and deeply needed. Thank you, Michelle. What's the most common barrier veterans face when trying to lease housing? Their credit, their history, their background, them being homeless, period. Read the book on how you can collaborate with the community. Collaborative housing solutions for homeless veterans. Thank you. I'm always going to refer those questions back to the publications because all the information that I'm teaching are in all of the information is in a book, one of these or a few of these books. So welcome this morning. It is July 10th, 2025, and today is session 3 on it's effective strategies. I got to read the fine print. Effective strategies for housing homeless veterans. Collaborative housing solutions for homeless veterans. Welcome. This guidebook has been developed for case managers, social workers, human care professionals, and other professionals supporting veterans in their journey from homelessness to stable rental housing and beyond. Because of home ownership, a homeless veteran can go from being homeless to owning their own house. It may take a little time, it may take a short amount of time, depending on their circumstances as to why they became homeless. I've had spouses become homeless and were able to they just couldn't live with their ex-spouse. Okay. They just needed a place to lay their head for a minute while they regrouped and submitted their application for a loan. Back to this. And I'll come back to answering those questions. I'll do that like every 10 minutes or so. Through this program, you will learn strategies for collaborating. Guys over here on YouTube, you'll learn strategies for collaborating with realtors, housing professionals, and community resources to locate options tailored to veterans' needs. And I do teach you how to do that in this publication. While this guide includes a section on home ownership, will be addressed in a separate workshop and is currently held at local vet centers and city colleges in Chicago. We can form workshops in your area. So the workshops are in this book. This is actually a blueprint to the workshop. And this is a blueprint to a community-based workshop. Okay. So we're reading this now, Rochelle. How can case managers better support veterans with poor rental histories? That's in this book. That teaches you in this book. So the program modules, we will cover module 2 today. The modules program goals are to end veteran homelessness. I'm just reading the big print right here. Collaboration, community resources, and that's the section we want today. Transition pathways, because a veteran does not want to stay homeless. They don't need to stay homeless because we have so many resources to get them out of that homeless situation. And if you know of any veterans, anybody who works in this community, please share this live right now. Share this live right now. Share this live right now. And then, so we've already gone through module one, that's understanding veterans' housing needs through case studies. We did that for 2 weeks with Mr. Wilson and now deceased Mrs. Watkins. I housed Mrs. Watkins 2 times. She was a 75-year-old homeless female Army veteran who served 3 tours of duties and 2 bronze medals, and she was homeless at 75. She walked into the VA 2 times, and they turned her right back around out the door, homeless. Case managers, get the book so you can learn how to better service homeless veterans. She called me twice, and I got her house twice. I'm not a case manager. I house homeless veterans and teach others how to do the same. So now let's get into community, building community connections, and that is module two. The objective of building community connections: develop relationships with housing professionals like myself. I am a realtor, I'm a housing professional, and create a community resource map to locate housing opportunities for veterans. That's what everybody needs to know. How do you, I'm going to get into it, collectively and collaboratively work in the community to help house homeless veterans? You see them on the street every day. That's a community where they are. Why can't they have a home, a nice warm place to sleep every night in the community where they're homeless? Well, they can. Yes, they can, as long as you know where to find those resources to house them. And it's in the book. I housed Mr. Wilson, who was a homeless veteran. He was one of our case studies in chapter one. This is Mr. Wilson right here. Mr. Wilson was a homeless Coast Guard veteran who lived in a U-Haul facility in Chicago on the north side. I got Mr. Wilson housed in a condominium downtown Chicago where the rent is 3 grand a month on a voucher. So now the question over here was, how can landlords, where's that question? I'm curious. I'm curious, where's that question? What are the biggest misconceptions landlords have about veteran tenants? It, learn, it's in the book. And also, Mr. Wilson was housed. He's a landlord. I mean, he's a veteran with the voucher. He didn't tear up the place. He's been there 11 years. It's in the book how I did it step by step. If you were here last week and you heard the case study, but you can always go back to YouTube part one and part two to catch up to part three where we are today. So getting back to module two, so module two, we talked about the objective, the takeaways. Engage with housing professionals. Understand the role of realtors. Understand our role. And I take it a step further because I've been doing this so long and I know a lot of those loopholes and a lot of those tools of the trade, you want to say, because of 22 consecutive years housing homeless veterans. I got some tools in my toolkit that I'm sharing with you. So understand the roles of realtors, landlords, and property managers in securing housing for veterans. Creating a resource directory. Yes. When a veteran calls you, you got a directory at your fingertips because it's going to be in the book. It's in the book. I teach you how to create that toolkit, that directory for whoever you need to pick up the phone and call or send an email to. So that's going to be your resource directory. Partnerships. Explore how to foster partnerships with developers, realtors, financial institutions, and government agencies to increase housing opportunities. Why is this so important? Because as a landlord, as a property manager, as a developer, you need to get paid. And in getting paid, you will receive guaranteed rents from these organizations that you partner with. I can tell you, these organizations right here have received billions of dollars. Let's just take one. Somebody tell me what state you're in right now so I can tell you what organizations have received how much money. We'll start with Illinois. I love Illinois because I can easily go to my toolkit and refer a veteran over here for these services because thresholds here in Chicago receive $2,053,998 to spend on veterans homeless housing, and other resources. They might just need a month's rent, back rent. They might just need a security deposit. They need something that this organization at Thresholds needs to spend this $2 million on. Put it that way. Yes. Have you ever heard of Thresholds? Anybody put in the chat? Have you ever heard of Thresholds? Let's get out of Illinois and let's go to Missouri. Missouri. Kitchen Inc. They received $995,000. Kitchen Inc. Go find out what they do in Missouri. Okay, they received $995,000 for homeless veterans. What tools exist to help homeless build better credit quickly? Is there a way to build better credit quickly? They need a job, they need resources, financial resources. They need to start paying their bills, paying past debt. They need to get into a credit counseling program. They need to start reestablishing credit so that their scores can increase. That's how you not quickly build credit. And that's not just for veterans, that's for everybody. Let's look at VI, Virgin Islands. There's some homeless veterans in Virgin Islands. Well, now listen to this. There's an organization called Meeting the Needs of Our Community, Inc. They received $592,000 for homeless veterans housing assistance. This live is packed with gold. Thank you for hosting it. Thank you, Jeffrey Coleman, for acknowledging that. I really appreciate that. And then we're going to stop here with New Jersey Community Hope. They received 4 million New Jersey homeless veterans. New Jersey homeless veterans in Bergen County, Burlington County, Newark, Essex County, and a whole lot of others. They received $4,282,793 to take care of you as a homeless veteran for your resources and your needs so that you can stabilize and not be homeless. Community Hope Inc. Look them up, New Jersey. All right, let's get back into this. So, we are studying from the book Collaborative Housing Solutions for Homeless Veterans, Part 3. That's the name of this session. And also the title of the book. All right. So now activities in module 2, building community connections. The activities is teaching you how to do resource mapping. Create a local directory of housing resources in your, because you don't know about this yet, and this is in your area. Who knew about these $3.2 billion? Who knew about that? Who? Who knew then you have role play exercise. So if you had the book, if we were on live, we could do some role playing. This is the practice engaging with housing professionals to find rental units for veterans? How do you engage to find rental units for veterans? That's in the book. So a lot of these questions over here on StreamYard, on YouTube, have been, how do you do this? How do you help a veteran? How do you get them housed? And how do you collaborate with landlords and management companies? It's in the book. So here's a reflective question, okay? How can you expand? Because this is about you now. Now that you know that there's publications out here that you can learn from to house homeless veterans, get the book. Get the book so that you can engage the community that you are currently in housing homeless veterans. All right. So how can you expand your network to include more housing professionals? Call around, first of all. Well, look, I would say look me up first in your area. Also, in your area, there should be realtors with the designation of MRP. MRP is military relocation professional. I also teach that designation course. I can teach it anywhere in the country. The only thing that course does not include is this housing homeless veterans. The MRP teaches how to house veterans with good credit, with stable income, and with the COE, and with everything else that's needed to buy a house. Really, that's it. It's a lot of information that goes in that 8-hour designation course, but it does not teach you how to house homeless veterans. That's why we have so many homeless veterans and not a lot of realtors teaching or housing homeless veterans. So that's your first question. How can you expand your network to include more housing professionals? Learn first. I would say you learn because now you'll have the right questions to ask when you are engaging with a professional in your community, a realtor. You'll know the questions to ask that realtor. Let's get right into it. Understanding the role of realtors. Okay. Roles of realtors, landlords, and property managers in securing rental housing for veterans. When securing rental housing for veterans, it's essential to understand the distinct roles of realtors, landlords, and property managers. We don't do the same thing. A realtor might be a landlord, but not in all cases. A realtor might be a property manager, but not in all cases. So you have to understand the distinct roles of these individuals, the realtor, the landlord, and the property manager. Each plays a crucial part in helping veterans find stable and suitable rental housing. To affect collaboration with them is key to ensure the best outcome for veterans. If you don't know the questions to ask a realtor, a landlord, or a property manager, then you're just shooting blanks, really. You're just throwing darts in the air. They're not going anywhere. They might hit somebody unintentionally, but they're not going anywhere. If you don't know the questions to ask, I'm a homeless veteran. You're a realtor. Can you help me? They're like, what? First of all, they haven't taken my 3-hour, 4-hour certificate class, a realtor's blueprint, navigating the veterans path, navigating the journey from homelessness to home ownership. So you may be asking a realtor, do you help house homeless veterans? They're like, no, you don't have any money because they haven't taken the course and you haven't read the book to help them understand where the money is. So you and I can work together. Where's the money? I'm a social worker, case manager, human care professional. You are a realtor. We've got 50 homeless veterans right here in your town where you say you are the top realtor. You are the top realtor, and you haven't housed one single homeless veteran because you don't know how. You don't know where to get the money from. This book helps realtors navigate, help veterans, realtors help navigate the path to suitable units, rental units, help them even get into transitional housing. It does. It helps you as a realtor help this veteran buy a house, go through that whole transition to home ownership. So now, I'm going off on a tangent, but this is the severity of why we have so many homeless veterans, because you all don't know how to house homeless veterans. And if you do, hats off to you. Welcome to the group, welcome to the club. But if you don't, stick around and learn and get the publication so you can actually learn how to do it. So, understanding the roles. Okay, here, when securing rental housing for veterans, it's essential to understand the distinct roles that each play. We're going to talk about the realtor. I am a realtor. That's me in my book. I am a realtor right here, Real People Realty. I've been a realtor for 26 consecutive years, and I have been housing homeless veterans for the past 22 consecutive years. So realtors are licensed professional realtors or brokers, because realtors is a it's a everybody's anyway, we just continue reading. Realtors are licensed professionals who can assist veterans in finding rental properties. They should be able to. They are knowledgeable about local rental markets. Yes. And work directly with landlords and investors and veterans to locate properties that fit their needs. Now, I said two things realtors do. Realtors like myself, I've been a realtor for 26 years. We work with investors and we work with landlords. We work with sellers and buyers. So, how do we work with investors? I should even stop right there, because before I teach you that, I got to tell you this. Key responsibilities of a realtor: property search. Realtors can help veterans find rental properties that meet their requirements, such as accessibility, location, and budget. Stop there and go to the next. Negotiation. Realtors negotiate lease terms on behalf of veterans, ensuring they secure rental agreements that are fair and affordable. Number three, accessibility expertise. For veterans with disabilities, realtors can help identify rental properties that are wheelchair accessible, like Mr. Wilson. He's in a wheelchair, and now he's in a condominium downtown Chicago, rolling right on in, all the way upstairs to his condominium in the sky in his wheelchair with ease. That's accessibility. Or have features tailored to the veteran's physical needs. Now, that's what realtors do. What do how case managers, you all here, case managers and social workers can work with realtors, and this is all in the book. Provide, they can provide detailed information about veterans housing needs, such as budget, accessibility, and proximity to service. So now when you're working with a social worker or case manager, the case manager or social worker can tell you what this veteran needs. Build relationship with realtors who specialize in rentals and have experience working with veterans and housing assistance programs like HUD-VASH. HUD-VASH is the Section 8 voucher specifically for veterans. And realtors need to take this class or buy the book right now and read it. At the end, you get a certificate. Okay. And also, let me go back, because you build relationship with realtors who specialize in rentals or have experience working with housing assistance programs like HUD-VASH. But there are, oh my God, in Illinois alone, I can't even tell you how many housing assistance programs there are, because we have federal, you have state, you have local, you have community, you have philanthropy, you have religious organizations, you've got, uh, put it that way, the philanthropy organization. Who's doing what? I've even gotten, assistance from sororities because one of their sorority sisters was homeless. When I say veterans, you put that tag behind your name, "I am a veteran and I am homeless. I need resources." They're out here, people. Get the book. Learn to help homeless veterans find these resources so that they won't be homeless anymore. The role, landlords, the role of landlords. Landlords own rental properties and lease them to tenants, including veterans. But if they have those stigmas, guess what? They're not gonna do it. It's your turn to learn so that you can educate those landlords. I've done it. I've worked with, I mean, over 22 years, I've probably worked with a couple thousand landlords, if not more. So they play a direct role in providing housing and maintaining the rental units. Let me repeat that. The landlord is to maintain the rental unit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's the role of the landlord. The key responsibility of that landlord, the leasing units, landlords offer rental units and determine the terms of the lease, such as rental out, lease duration, and security deposit. Mm, well, with that, with those lease dates, if this is a Section 8 voucher, HUD-VASH, then HUD-VASH will tell the landlord when that lease starts and when it ends. And then the realtor who is representing that landlord could be representing the veteran too. What I do, I'm representing the veteran. I am. But as a service to the landlord, I'll do your administrative work. That's it. So I'll do your lease and all of your legal documentation, your disclosures, and everything you need to submit back to HUD-VASH and to be legal in the city and state where you are with the proper disclosures and the lease, the lead-based paint, the everything that your city, your state requires. So that is at an additional cost because I'm not representing you. I'm taking you on as a client to do administrative work. It's still real estate, and you still got to pay my brokerage for me doing the work and pay the commission for me finding you the tenant that's going to have you paid every single month on a guaranteed rent basis. Yes. Oh, yeah. It's like that, baby. Property maintenance, landlords are responsible for maintaining the rental property and ensuring it meets health and safety standards. It's in the book. This is especially important for veterans who may need modifications such as ramps or accessible bathrooms. I have a veteran he was in a wheelchair and he needed such a big house for him, his wife, and his 10 children. He needed a ramp to get in the house. Luckily, inside the house, everything that he needed was on the first floor. The living room, the kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom, what else? Oh, a sunroom was in the back. So everything he needed. So the kids were either upstairs or downstairs. He was cool on that first floor. And he rolled outside on that porch deck and got into that wheelchair lift that opened the door and he rolled in, closed the door. It took him down to the first level, rolled out, closed the door, rolled on over to his minivan, and did what he had to do to get in his minivan. That was done for him by the VA. That's the benefit. Let me tell you all something. We're veterans. We are the beneficiary of Uncle Sam. We are the beneficiary of any benefits, any resources that we qualify for, provided we apply for them. So a lot of people say, why do we have so many homeless veterans? Because a lot of homeless veterans aren't applying for anything, or they don't know how to apply for anything. They don't know who to go to because people are turning them away left and right. Because you see, because you don't know what questions to ask, huh? Because you're disabled? People turn veterans away because they don't know how to help, and the veterans don't know what questions to ask. So that's why I wrote all of these publications to help you learn what to do in this homeless veterans community and helping these veterans not only get their resources, but also get housed in stable housing and eventually, hopefully, buy a house. The American dream using your VA benefits. Okay, the property maintenance, the landlord is responsible for that. Rental assistance programs. Many landlords participate in programs like HUD-VASH, that's the Section 8 voucher for veterans, which provide veterans with vouchers to help cover their rent. Understanding these programs is critical for landlords working with veterans because landlords need to get paid. Landlords may have mortgages, they have upkeep, they have taxes, they have water bill, they've got maybe to replace something, maintenance. They have to get paid. You need to live somewhere and you're accepting cash because the veteran received this as a benefit, and you need to learn what Hub Dash is, what it does. I teach you that too. Get the book. Understanding veterans' needs. Landlords should be sensitive to the unique challenges veterans may face, such as poor credit, poor credit history, or unstable income, and offer flexibility in lease agreements when possible. I'm just saying when possible. Sometimes it's not necessary, but when possible. How case managers and social workers can work with landlords, they can advocate. Social workers, case managers, human care professionals, first responders learn to advocate. Get the book, Collaborative Housing Solutions for Homeless Veterans. So advocate for veterans by clearly communicating their housing needs. That's the VA calling me now. That's an agency calling me. I just had to tell them, decline, I'll get back to you. There's a protocol. Go to my somewhere, but I'll call them back. They need housing for a homeless veteran or to hire me to program. So case managers and social workers can work with landlords. They can advocate for veterans by clearly communicating the housing needs and assisting in negotiating lease terms, particularly if the veteran has financial or credit challenges. Because guess what? A homeless veteran, 9 times out of 10, is gonna have credit or financial challenge. I say 9 times out of 10. I've been doing this for 22 consecutive years. Even my veterans with uh, impeccable work history, credit or credit is bad and they've got excellent income. Anything. Build okay, educate landlords, social workers, case managers, human care professionals. You're working directly with homeless veterans. Educate landlords about rental assistance programs like HUD-VASH, which guarantees rents and reduce the risk of reduce the financial risk. A case manager, social worker, human care professional, let's just say they're working in the field, okay? And all they know is HUD-VASH. All I know. I don't know anything else. If you don't qualify for HUD-VASH, then I can help you. You're still a homeless veteran. Go out of my office. There's nothing I can do for you. That's what happens because there's an intake form that which books are you okay, this is the book we're looking in now, the Collaborative Housing Solutions for Homeless Veterans. Thank you for asking. So the social worker at the VA is telling this homeless veteran, because I've had it happen so many times. It happened to me several times back in the day when I was a homeless female veteran. So they send you right back on out the door. Now, okay, gonna go down this checklist, go down this. Oh, you are homeless. Okay, okay. I'm gonna have put it in my system. You qualify. Okay, then you're gonna get a voucher in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? What am I supposed to do in 2 weeks? I'm still homeless. I'm still going to be homeless for 2 weeks, and it stops right there. When there are other resources that this veteran could partake in for that temporary stay until because guess what? That voucher cannot be used until he gets it, or she gets the voucher in hand or is emailed to him or her in 2 weeks. Can't use it. Now, what the veteran can do is just start going out scouting areas and talking to people in anticipation of that voucher coming. However, in 2 weeks now, the veteran has the voucher in hand. Still homeless for those prior 2 weeks, but now 2 weeks have come, and now the veteran is out there looking. I'm like, "Where am I supposed to look for? How do I look for an apartment?" My case manager don't know. She just graduated from college and got her LCSW, and she's a housing, um, um, social worker at the VA hospital, but she can't house it because when she graduated from college, she moved right back in with her parents, and they gave her this job. That's how that happens. Or my caseload, I got 45 people on my caseload. I can't focus on just you. A veteran who receives a HUD hedge voucher has a social worker, a case manager, a social a case manager at HUD, at the Section 8 office, HCB housing voucher. They may even have a housing locator at the VA. They may have a housing locator in one of the departments that I work with that has a contract with the federal government, so they have a housing locator, but that housing locator still calls me for units. The case manager at, Section 8, they don't call me. They don't know because they get the vouchers and have to process the vouchers when they come in. The case manager at the VA, the social worker at the VA, there was one more person, social worker, case human care professional, this could be your nurse. They do call me from, the hospital as well. So these 5 individuals have access to this homeless veteran, but don't know how to find suitable housing for them because they only know what they were taught in the classes that they were taught in. This book takes them further so that now they can say, "Okay, I can go back and look in my toolkit because I read the book and I met realtors who probably took this course, The Realtor's Blueprint, The Veteran's Path, Navigating the Journey from Homelessness to Home Ownership." So they understand how to work effectively with landlords, property managers, and builders. They know what to do as a realtor now to help a homeless veteran. Now you as a social worker, you need to know what questions to ask to engage that realtor because all of them are not cut from the same cloth. No. When I tell realtors I house homeless veterans, the first thing they ask me is, "Do you get paid? You think I would be doing this for 22 years and not get paid? I would be another homeless veteran again." Yes, I get paid for housing homeless veterans in rental units because it is a transaction. I'm bringing that landlord a check every month. I'm bringing that property manager a check every month. Not me personally, but I set up that process. I set up that rental. So now as a realtor, the landlord, property manager, developer, or whoever is receiving that check is paying my real estate office a commission. So yes, I get paid. I've made a six-figure income housing homeless veterans from homelessness to home ownership. Over 5,000 of them. I have trained realtors. I've trained landlords. I've trained investors. I've trained social workers, case managers, human care professionals, nurses, I train people. That's what I do because I've done it for so long, 22 years, and that's why I have this publication series so you can learn it too, so you can stop saying we shouldn't have homeless veterans. Well, we shouldn't. But if you learn, thank you so much for those hearts. If you learn, then we won't. Build a network of veteran-friendly landlords who are familiar with the supportive with and supportive of programs that assist veterans in securing housing. This is a letter right here that I'm going to read to you that is also in the book, The Collaborative Housing Solutions for Homeless Veterans. This letter is from one of my clients in the community that I built a relationship with. His company is Bridge Builders Not for Profit Inc., and they are dedicated to helping veterans build a bridge between homelessness and success. This is a community partner, not-for-profit organizations. Remember I said philanthropies also assist in veterans housing? They could pay. In his case, they offer housing solutions. They have properties that they call let me just read the letter. To whom it may concern. This letter was written February 17th, 2015. This letter was written 10 years ago. My name is Ronald Essex of Bridge Builders Not for Profit Inc. I have utilized the services of Real People Realty. He just that's the, that's who I am, a realtor with, okay? Since 2011. This letter was written let me just stop because I can talk a lot. I'm just going to stay focused. For a few years now and have let me start over. To whom it may concern, my name is Ronald Essex of Bridge Builders Not for Profit Inc. I have utilized the services of Real People Realty for a few years now and have had great veteran placements for their service. There's a comforting telling that is felt when you're dealing with a professional organization that provides quality service in a professional manner. This would best describe the way I feel from working with Real People Realty. Miss Jones, that's me, is a pleasant Miss Jones is a pleasant I'm just gonna read what it says. Miss Jones is a pleasant to work with professional results. What is meant by professional results? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's in this letter for real. Here at Bridge Builders, we provide quality housing for our homeless veterans population and providing quality no, and providing good quality tenants, I believe is more than luck, but more of a skillful challenge. Yvette Jones of Real People Realty seems takes a personal look into our direct needs for our type, particular type, particular type, okay, of housing. This is veteran care entrepreneurs. Isn't this company for entrepreneurs? Yeah, they get rent every month. Veteran care entrepreneurs. Okay, I'll be going off, y'all. Okay, so he said, Yvette Jones of Real People Realty seems takes a personal look into our direct needs for our particular housing. Mhm. Yes, okay. I don't know what it wants me to do on TikTok, but anywho, for our particular housing type, he has a type of housing, that this type of veteran can live there. This type of veteran can live. You know why? because it is a business, it's written in their plan what type of veterans housing they're doing. When you say veterans housing, it's a plan. It's not a cookie cutter, one size fits all. No. She seems to provide personal interest and care into each tenant that's being considered for placement and creatively matches those tenants that are best suited for our housing community and location. Not only has Ms. Jones provided us with great tenants, but also she has from time to time provided us with good counsel and advice regarding housing situations that come up because they can and sometimes they will. I would strongly recommend Realty for anyone with veteran housing needs and concerns. Bridge builders believe that quality should be standard in everything we do. Anything else just wouldn't be American. Ronald S. Principle, Bridge Builders Not for Profit Inc. So get the book, read more, study. The next part is property managers. Property managers play a key role in helping homeless veterans secure housing. So we've been here an hour. If you guys want to stick around, I'll just do property management and then cut it off there. I think I'm going to do a pre-recorded, so you can always come back to my YouTube channel and watch the pre-recorded for week 4 because I will be out of this country for my vacation. So let's go to property managers. Ooh, I didn't know my throat was parched. Property managers. Property managers oversee rental properties. I've worked with dozens, if not hundreds, of property managers. I was a property manager. I managed 633 residential units in the city of Chicago, from as east as South Shore, Inglewood, Bronzeville, Inglewood, Auburn, Gresham, 14 multi-unit properties with 633 units. You know I was a rock star. I had the most phenomenal staff. We had a meeting every single week on a Friday. What did we do well these past 4 days? Because we do it every Friday. What can we improve on going into Monday? We might have some emergencies come up Saturday and Sunday, so my live-in property managers are always on call. Come Monday, we're taking care of what we didn't do well the past week, then we do that better. Come Friday, what did we do well, guys? Who are we celebrating today? Breakfast is served. Who's getting the award for accomplishing 100% of service calls with no complaints? Yes, it was like that. And the owner, because I was the property manager, so I had an investor, and this investor entrusted my knowledge, okay? So I told him I need petty cash. First of all, my petty cash paid for our every Friday meeting with breakfast, and the petty cash paid for, whoever won that week. So they knew they were gonna get a 50 bill, sometimes 100 if nobody won the week before. Double or nothing. Hold on. Yep, it's double or nothing. So everybody is trying to do their best for these tenants in these 633 units. What can Newspapers do today to support veteran housing efforts. Learn, go buy the publications and read. That's all I can tell you because there's no quick fix. So it's not like, "Oh, I wanna go get my ears pierced. I'm gonna go get my ears pierced, and now they're pierced." No, you have to read, you have to learn, and then, you have to read, learn, activate. This book is action, action in pages, action in words. So that's how I property manage. So now how do social workers, case managers, human care professionals work with property managers? Love it. As a property manager, oh my god, it was the most exhilarating experience because I worked with organizations like Catholic Charities, like Thresholds, like the City of Chicago Low Income Housing Trust Fund, several other dozens, hundreds of local organizations that needed to provide housing on their millions that they received from the federal government. They had to spend that money. Those homeless veterans couldn't sleep in their hallways. They had to get them housed, get the books, learn, read, learn, activate. So property managers and social workers, well, how case managers and social workers can work with property managers. Communicate veterans' specific needs, especially in cases where physical accommodations or additional support may be needed. So, a social worker, when speaking with a property manager, needs to clearly state the needs of this veteran because all property managers cannot accommodate all veterans. If they have 3 steps going up and this veteran is in a wheelchair, don't tell them, "Well, can't the veteran use crutches to walk up?" Eh yeah. Really, I've been asked that question before. If you don't have a way for the veteran to roll in, then you don't meet the standard. Let's move on. So, case managers, human care professionals communicate clearly what the veteran needs. Provide assistance in coordinating rental assistance payments and ensuring timely rent collection through programs like HUD-VAD or any of those other SSVF organizations, that's supportive services for veteran families. You can help coordinate a veteran receiving this money just by knowing where it is. Social worker, case manager, human care professional, instead of you just saying, "I only work with HUD-VASH because that's what the VA taught me to do." I don't know how to pick up a phone and call any of these agencies because I don't even know where they are. I don't know who they are. All I know is HUD-VASH. Social workers, case managers, human care professionals, first responders, concerned citizens, family members, and friends. Get this book so you can learn how to collectively, collaboratively work with professionals in your community in helping veterans get those resources to get housed. Housing homeless veterans is real estate, and you need to have a financial backing so that those rents can be paid. Establish collaborative relationship to address any issues that arise during the veteran's tenancy, ensuring the veteran feels supported and stable in their living situation. Okay? I have a story for almost every sentence in this book. I really do. Um, this one right here, um, I've had veterans to call me to say some wild and crazy things. They can't stay there. I had some landlords to call me and say some wild and crazy things. They can't stay there. Mrs. Walker, her real name is Walker. She's deceased now. I housed her 2 times, okay? She was a homeless female Army veteran, 3 tours of duty, 2 bronze medals, and, for exemplary work. And she was a retired Army veteran. 100% service connected, disabled, and a Social Security, and she was homeless. 2 times the VA sent her walking out the door because they didn't know how to house a veteran with income. All they do an intake. "Oh, well, you don't qualify for her VASH. Here's a list of realtors you can call." My name is on the top, so she called me 2 times, and I got her house both times. Are there any apps or digital tools to streamline the Yes, there is. I created a bot. It's in beta testing right now, and it's national. In this book, Finding Home, it teaches you how to use my technology and resources to find suitable housing and resources for veterans in any city, any state. Right, naturally, I put those cities and states in this book, Finding Home. uh, Areas like Washington, Hawaii, Las Vegas, Florence, South Carolina, Akron, Ohio, Chicago, Vicksburg, Mississippi, and several others. Those are just examples. But get the book so you can learn how to use those technology tools and what proper questions to ask. So, property managers, their role. I was talking about something, I was going off. So it's a property manager's role. Property managers oversee properties on behalf of landlords. Mhm. Handling day-to-day operations such as leasing, rent collection, and property maintenance. So I was a property manager. I had to manage all of those processes, and all of those processes I had to put together. You wanna know why? Because this was a new investor who had money to spend, and he hired people to do the job, and I was the property manager that he paid weekly and commission. My contract was as a I'll manage all of these processes, but everything I lease up in here, you're paying me a commission, because those are 2 separates. You think I'm Yeah, so we had a real good understanding. Okay, key responsibilities for property managers. Leasing and tenant relations. Property managers are responsible for showing rental units to prospective tenants, processing rental applications, and managing lease agreements. They serve as the point of contact for veterans renting units. Now, as the property manager, oh, great show. Thank you so much. Huge respect to everyone involved in this mission. Thank you, Jeffrey, and thank you all for being here on TikTok and on YouTube for our extended play. My name is Yvette Jones Swanson, and I am a National Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate, consultant, professional, subject matter expert, everything in homeless housing. You can hire me to come teach these courses. You can hire me to do a whole plethora of things, and also buy the publication so you can learn to do what I do. It's in writing. I can't take this to the grave. I don't want to because we would have homeless veterans forever if I did that. I don't know. I was a homeless veteran. Mm, I just stopped at 7. I really did. I was married to a Marine. We were together from 1985 to 1993 when I finally graduated from college and got a job at the City of Chicago Department of Revenue. I was the public information officer over SROs and home repair. Those were the 2 ones that I really stick with me to this day. SRO is a single room occupancy. That's for poor people who don't have a lot of income. People on Social Security, those rooms are 500 square feet. Rent back then was like 350 to $600 for one with the 5 around 5 to 6 depending on the area, with a bathroom and a kitchenette inside, 1 room for your bed, your couch, your dresser, your TV, with the closet. Yeah, people don't know about that. So the property manager's responsibilities, they have to collect rent. They have to make sure that the maintenance and repairs are done. That's why I had those weekly meetings. We had all these, um, or, um, um, orders for service calls. Who did what? This is your name, Charles. We had like in each building they had a manager, I mean, a maintenance guy that lived there, and I had maintenance guys who were floaters. So property managers are responsible for leasing and tenant relations, rent collections, maintenance and repairs, problem solving. I can't tell you how many days tenants came in and I said, shut the door because it was a problem that needed to be resolved right then and right there. Who are we calling to squash this right here, right now? Because this is not happening under my watch. Oh, those tenants, Miss Jones, Miss Jones, utmost, because I made sure my buildings were safe, clean, sanitary, and I'm not having any drama. We had we had cookouts. We had when somebody said, "Oh, Miss Jones, it's my birthday. My birthday is coming up." I would tell my administrative assistant, "Make sure we get some balloons and have, a sign outside to say happy birthday, so and so." They like that. I like doing things like that to acknowledge people. I was acknowledged. I'm looking at this. This is by the IDFPR, Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs. I received this for being one of 25, let me see, Illinois Women Veteran Leaders of 2025. Mhm. That's mine. Let me sit that right there. So they're also the problem solving. Oh, some of them were real good. I'm like, "What? Will the books be?" Yeah, you can get the book. Go to Amazon and buy the book. Go to Amazon and buy the book. The book is on Amazon. Go to Amazon and buy the book. So how case managers and social workers can work with property managers. Communicate their specific needs. Did I read that page already? I did. I did. I read that page. Okay, collaborating with realtors, landlords, and property managers, provide clear information, build relationships, education, and advocacy. Social workers, case managers, human care professionals, first responders, you have to get educated on the resources that are in the community. And then you have to advocate for the veteran regarding those resources. I've had landlords, one of my major big landlord, I believe his letter is in this book too. Big landlord. He had, yep, it's in the book, Main Street Real Estate Services, one of my larger landlords. I have known and worked with Miss Jones for over 2 years. During this time, Miss Jones has established a very successful business relationship with our firm. She not only has rented many of our 400 apartments, but she has done so in an extremely professional and friendly manner. We have come to consider Miss Jones a business partner, a colleague, and a friend. Miss Jones is a unique rental agent and broker in that she is able to successfully represent property owners, tenant applicants, and property buyers in a way that everyone benefits. She has an incredibly big heart, but also a nose for business, which is a rare and valuable combination. We believe that because Miss Jones is such a genuine person, she has an endless stream of contacts that significantly benefit her business partners. Told you. If you would like to discuss how Miss Jones has helped our firm, please do not hesitate to call Main Street Real Estate Services Ltd. James Williams, CEO and General Counsel. He's also an attorney. So yeah, I am writing regarding Vet Jones, Miss Jones Real Estate Broker Services. Thank you. Great video. Everyone watching needs to share this. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy Jr. All right, all right. Thank you, girl. So, education and advocacy. So this landlord, Jim Williams, the owner of Main Street Organization of Realtor. Oh my goodness. I think this letter was written in 2012. Let me go back and see. This letter was written in 2012. August 24th, 2012. 13 years ago? 13 anyway. 2012 is when this letter was written. Talking about me. It is in this book. This book is on Amazon. Just go to my name, Yvette Jones Watson. So, education, social workers, case managers, human care professionals, friends, families, concerned members, citizens be educated, and then advocate. Let landlords, property owners, investors know, hey, hey, slow your roll, slow your roll. We have homeless veterans with financial supports for their housing. They get financial support from a federal agency, from a state agency, from a county agency, from a philanthropy agency, from a social work agency. Agencies that receive that money are called supportive services for veteran families. Landlord, property managers, these veterans, they're homeless because they don't have the adequate income to pay their own rent, so they're being subsidized by Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is we're beneficiaries as veterans from Uncle Sam, from the federal government, from the state, from the county, from the local, and now all of these organizations like Home Depot. I mean, I could just go on, and we have so many organizations in this book alone in the city of Chicago, organizations all over these United States of America. They have money that they need to spend, get rid of before the fiscal year is over. How do you access that money? I'm just saying. As a social worker, case manager, human care professional, first responder, this is how you can learn to support homeless veterans by knowing where those resources are and how to get them attached to that veteran. It's not difficult. It just takes some reading, some learning, and some action. So get the book. So again, case managers collaborating with realtors, landlords, and property owners provide clear information, build relationships, educate, and advocate. Then become a problem resolutionist. Let's make that word up. Problem resolution. Collaborate with property managers and landlords to address any issues during the veteran's tenancy, ensuring stability and support. Because as a social worker, case manager, human care professional, it was your call. You call the landlord and say, hey, I have a homeless veteran and she and her three kids, they're homeless, but they come with guaranteed rent. And I just need to find them a three-bedroom unit, the rent that they, can be approved up to on their voucher says, $1,450, and we will be their, springboard if anything happens, if their tip portion isn't paid or if they wreck your place, just call me. I'm a social worker, I'm the case manager, I'm the human care professional. We have a protocol to do when you see phone calls like that, okay? Um, Now this veteran doesn't have a security deposit or move-in fee to move into this property, but it is required. Social worker, case manager, human care professional, what are you gonna do if this landlord requires that? You might ask, "Hey, well, can you waive it?" It's a business. It's a business. No, I cannot waive the security deposit or the move-in fee. It's a business. So social worker, case manager, human care professional, how are you now going to help this, veteran find the resources to pay that security deposit, to pay that, non-refundable move-in fee? It's up to you. I teach you how to do that in this toolkit because there are all of these agencies that I keep talking about, federal, state, local, philanthropy, these social churches, you have to build your toolkit, and it's in here. It teaches you how to find those organizations. So if this veteran says, "Oh, I don't have security deposit," go to your toolkit that you wrote down under whatever section that is going to be under. Where's the toolkit? It's in here. Okay, contact list. Write it down, and it's always going to be in your book. Who's in your toolkit that can help with security deposit? What organization? What organization is in your toolkit to help with move-in fee? Or, hey, what organization has furniture and furnishings instead of you moving in a veteran with nothing? Now they're still sleeping on a pallet of clothes or a cardboard box with a comforter. Really, so know where these resources are, because all the time is not how. Okay. By working together, realtors, landlords, and property managers can play a vital role in ending homelessness by providing stable and suitable rental. That's module 2 that we just went through. And that's in this my publication. My name is Yvette Jones Swanson, and I am the author and publisher of U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resources book series by my publisher that mentors publishing. I have poured 22 years in one, hold on, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because this is part 3, 8, and then I have another one coming out. And then my objective is to publish one book a month based on the knowledge I have. And once I get to a certain threshold, um, oh, there will be so many homeless veterans. The threshold I'm talking about would be from the sale of the books, because then I know you got the publications, you're reading the publications, and you're taking action. You take action. And if after that time you still need to talk to me, then feel free to contact me for a consultation. My consultation link is always available. It's for 30 minutes. And you get to talk to me for 30 minutes for $100. But you have to have read, because I'm not going to read to you. I will provide you with a plan for your business and step-by-step guide and consultations and um, I have a partner who also does the contracting. Because I want to thank you all for sticking around and for being here. Housing homeless veterans is a passion of mine, and it is my life's work. I've been housing homeless veterans for the past 22 consecutive years. I was also a homeless veteran I was domestic marriage that caused me to have to run away a lot. And in doing so, I never had anywhere to go. So I became homeless several times and never had these resources or had anyone with this knowledge to know where to navigate to find these resources. So after 22 years, uh, 2018, 2019, I had a heart attack and I was still housing homeless veterans from homeless to homeownership. I said, God didn't take me, so I'm still here. Let me continue my mission because I really think this is my mission. I don't see anything else. I see other things, but this is one of my missions right now. 22 years of a mission. It's a mission, and it's my life's work. Um, and then when COVID came around in 2021, from 2019, 2020, still suffering after the heart attack. I'm still, I got obese after I had, menopause, so my body just started going downhill, and it created a lot of weight in my body, and I had diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, a heart condition that was different from the one before, joint pain, inflammation. Oh my goodness, my body was a total wreck, and then after COVID, I came home and had a stroke. I wasn't thinking about this, I was thinking about how do I get better? So that took a whole year for me to just from February of 2021, I'm just laying around because I can't move. I couldn't walk for 6 months, and then the doctors wanted to do a right knee replacement, a left hip, and a hysterectomy, and I'm already down and out. Yeah, I'm gonna I can't. So I had to figure it out whole year 2022, I took all that to work on me physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So I still wasn't really thinking on these lines. I was getting my other business in order because I said I can't house veterans like I used to. So then God put in me, write down what you know. I don't wanna be paying people $1,700 to help me write a book that's not gonna be a vision. You know, 'cause people wanna throw things. I'm like, "No, please, no." So I learned how to produce, how to write, and, how to use artificial intelligence to bring out the best in me. And I hired, a virtual assistant. He's in this book as well because I told him, "I want you to have credit in every single book." He's here right here. His name is Evan Yulon, okay? He's in the Philippines. He's been my virtual assistant now for over a year. God has been good. God has been really good. So after the stroke, I took myself on a 100-day journey in 2022, and that just catapulted my health to the optimal health. I lost almost 60 pounds and counting. I know I'm no longer obese. I no longer have diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol or joint pain. Y'all on TikTok see me over here standing on my head and stretching and doing a number of things. I'm good now. And now I have to work on teaching others because my business has shifted. Now I am a federal um, contractor and state and local with 13 certifications. I have a women-owned small business, um, disabled-owned small business, minority business enterprise, women business enterprise, veteran business enterprise, veterans with disability business, 13 altogether. It's a whole alphabet soup of certifications where I come on here and say, "I teach you how to do this." It's business for me as well as business for you who want to do, uh, veterans housing. It's a business. You want to do veterans housing. Somebody has to pay you to do veterans housing. You can't house veterans for free, but you also have to know where to get the funding, and that's what I teach you in all of my publications. Veterans housing, funding real estate. So with that being said, I'm going to do, a pre-recorded of module 3 that's navigating the rental market. So just a pre-recording. Maybe I'll do long-term stability and support. So I may do a pre-recorded module for the next 2, um, modules. I wanna thank you all for watching, and make sure you go ahead and grab this publication because a lot of the questions that you were asking me are in the publication. Yeah, yeah. Alright, let me go and read, and then I have to get on I'm in a, 6-week cohort with the federal government, um, as a woman that's another certification. Woman veteran-owned small business. So, when you wanna reach You're reaching me as a professional. You're reaching me as a business. So it's not, um, I'm learning so much in this session. Please keep going. Bradley, you did this to me last time too. Thank you so much. But I do have to get in my class today, Operation Parachute Power Hour, and it starts in 25 minutes. I want to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit here with me to learn how you can engage in your community in homeless veterans housing. People say we don't need homeless veterans, we shouldn't have homeless veterans. But you know the truth of the matter is, if you don't know how to house homeless veterans, then you still have homeless veterans. So I'm trying to show my award from the IDVA, Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs, Illinois Women Leaders 2025 honoree Yvette Jones for your continued service and dedication of the Illinois veteran community. Yep, that's what I received this year, 2025. All right, so go ahead and grab the publication. And then the next publication we're going to go through is Finding Home. There we go. So I would say get both of these publications so you can be ready and keep them. These publications, they're going to get so worn. The pages are going to get so worn because you're going to keep going back and back and back. Yes, yes. There's so many nuggets in these publications. I am very proud of myself. I don't get to tell myself that often because I move real quickly, very fast. My brain, after that stroke, my brain said, because whatever it was holding me back is gone. I felt it leave, and I was trying to get it, and I didn't know how. I kept telling my doctor something happened to my brain. You seem fine with me. You seem, I'm like, you're new to me. You don't know me. You're a new doctor to me under my new veteran benefit. 'Cause I just got my benefits in 2019. I've been out of the Army since 1984. So I was a homeless veteran because I didn't have any money. I didn't have any resources. I didn't have anyone guiding me through this system. Nobody to help. Nobody cares about homeless veterans if you don't know what to do about it. Don't. How could you? You're not taking time to learn. When you learn, you read, you learn, you activate. That's when you help homeless veterans. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Yvette Johnson, National Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate, Consultant, subject matter expert in everything homeless housing for veterans. Bye for now.